So the Corona event, all it is. So this is what I'm getting at. I don't understand what's going on with this case. It has not a single time been conveyed to me. None of this data, this sheet right here, like it doesn't have my signature anywhere, nowhere, right? So how is it being related to this issue right here? Another thing is that a Masonic password or a passphrase has absolutely nothing to do with Amber Lynn's case. Corona has nothing to do with this issue, and it is impossible to cause an accident through the use of an organization's or fraternity's trade secret or recognized password, because we have witness logs that are monitoring every member of any lodge or any fraternities or I don't give a shit, dude. I don't give a shit. He's gonna have to learn his lesson. You don't play. No, you don't do that. So in order to receive any benefits or affect any changes or any notices or any records that say he was granted what is the benefit of using a password for membership, right? And so that's once he uses that, like through the communication systems, it registers it, and so that's why we had the witness logs. That's why we use the what is it? This online server organizational server to servers. What is it? Yeah, service to service, server to service. And you have to be like recognized as a member, so you have like organization identifiers or uniform identifiers that track and monitor all that shit. So this whole Corona thing, what I was saying is it is tying to the impostering and impersonations, and also extends through the use of an what is it, originlabs.com. So we're working through like data mesh, and so you remember that with A mobile bail bonds you have Alfred Galindo, who has a Zoom photography, and this is abusive because he is using involuntary mobilization statutes to enable him to basically, it's the same shit. It's the same thing as whenever there's a disaster, right? See how he is using this state of disaster? The disaster is what enables the involuntary mobilizations. And that's basically whenever there's a like an alert, like for warfare or military, it's military. Remember that. He is allowed to use this involuntary mobilization statutes, and it synchronizes the whole of the it synchronizes the objective, or it sends them the whole and everybody who's serving as an is it within the reserves, or as an let's see, or enabling detached unit statuses are being sent like reroutes or routing their updates. That way they know where to go or what to do. And so I'll add some references to that. And so the reason why he calls me the president, or he refers to me as the president through the what is it, through his experimental what is it, business, no, not business, like experimental delete the lead disregard experimental. It's a deployment telecom detachment agent, where he mounts or assigns an agent to individuals to sustain jurisdiction, or to hold them, or to enable witness logs. And so this is how he is mounting agents to involuntary doctors, civilians, my friends, and that way whenever he triggers the interface program, the corona, he calls it a corona because he has a crown topology assigned or mounted on me, which is the registry anchor, and it's the alignment of a digital identity or organization's identity that aligns with my productive work schedules and enables a site stacks to multiply basically witness logs at the same time, like basically like just stacking. Like basically you have one agent, but virtually you have virtual addresses that are also witnessing different storylines about my activity. So where you only have one physical person at the work office or a telemarketer, you have other virtual addresses that he's carrying on his phone while he's entering his witness logs, or from the labs or performance monitoring. The other virtual addresses that are stacked, basically representing him, are transmitting or sending false information, fabricated. And so he's alternating between those segments. Yep, that's what he's doing. And I'll tell you, he's going through Altura Communications. If you go to Altura Communications, you will see their partner. One of the partners is Avaya. Avaya has also the active agent. And so it also shows you how, also like in Altura Communications, he multiplies that war source. So yeah, that also relates to Mark Daniel Nimick because, and Larry, because they're both working with telecom. And Mark Daniel Nimick has on LinkedIn his field engineer for Altura Communications. And he does this every single time that I'm in bed with my partner inside of my house, which is my privacy. He activates the involuntary mobilization when I am in the restroom, and he conveys threats that suggest that I will get shot, murdered, paralyzed, blinded, and all kinds of other fucked up shit while the doctors at Ben Taub and Texas Medical Center in Houston don't know that they are carrying or mounted agents through the lab, through the same server that is processing the lab. What is it? The labs that are monitoring the performance or productivity of my activities. So those are that server is being used basically as a proxy remedian to mount these agents to on doctors and civilians and federal agents or officers, and so it's expanding, and that's why he calls it a mass broadcasting. And Mark Daniel Nimick has a diploma for mass broadcasting, and also that's if you just search up Altura Communications, you'll find out that how it relates to the corona and the COVID is really a cover identity project, where it's cover ID, and that's why they were giving people face masks. Another reason is because that you had there's a CID or a capsule ID that is enabling that basically this, it's a similar event, but another union has a more sophisticated yes container, I guess, or a sophisticated support networks that are used for secure exchanges or confidential let's see collection and collection and transmitting services that are used for retaining insights or internal investigations for business records, those sort of systems. And so a lot of negotiations go on in there or within those grounds. So you have International Telecom or Trade Union. But tell me, why am I not able to read this? So there's no such thing as corona on the Real Public, or there might be, I don't know. All I'm saying is that even if it's it's fucked up that he's using this to try to kill me and try to murder me. That's what he claims. And he's like, oh, he's ridiculous. Can we just call him ridiculous? That way they won't believe him. But Larry Smith, Thomas Smith, I have no reason to be active with their T-Mobile with the T-Mobile Family Support Network or support chain, right? Remember, this started in 2000, on the year of 2018. Gary Neal Huggins is the only Mason that I know who gave me he gave me his instruction to use a password in case I was in trouble. I mean, in case if I needed any help. That's it. And that has nothing to do with Amberlynn or Michelle. Again, let me remind you that Amberlynn's case was from 2014, right? Okay, so we're understanding that has nothing to do with on the year of 2018 for the bonding company. So there's no reason for Jason Carl Pennington, Larry Smith, Thomas Smith, Twitter Communications, or this. So this Corona thing is because it's a capsule that is basically retaining or enabling a sovereign jurisdiction, encapsulation or parameter radius watch that has a African jurisdictional background within their international trade. The imports, and so those packages bring from their third. That's why he said is a quarantine, because he imported and bypassed United States border and security through like ITAR, EAR, international trade, arms regulations, and export administration regulations, something like that. So he imported a foreign entity, or imported a license that contains algorithms that enable a transfer or trust assets. I mean, it's anyways. There's there's different geographical settings, or I don't know what's going on, but that's why they did the quarantine thing, because he wasn't checked. And so basically now this black individuals, black union or black organization who also are maybe under a sovereign jurisdiction, and they all have digital identifiers, monitoring their communications or advanced communications. And so it's fucked up when he calls on them or extracts or retains their trade secrets and implements that on the same virtual address or digital identity that he is assigning to monitor me through any roving taps, communication, or trace devices, or side servers, I guess you could say, systems. And so it's basically allowing and broadcasting everybody other organizations, to play target practice or experiment with coordinating certain like events that enable interface programming and other location-based marketing. And so it's been ongoing since 2021. That's what this whole shit is about. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up that he thinks that he gets to get away with this shit, and he gets to get all these individuals like basically exposing my sex life to a world of like foreign travelers, basically. And it's rude that he did not like request consent, and now there's a risk not only to the United States, Homeland Security, National Security, and to the jurisdictions that from their international or sovereign jurisdictions. And I'm not trying to be elite, but I do request a training, and also like to grant me a clearance or a recognition so that I may be able to like sustain or my own organization or government, sovereignty, be recognized as sovereignty, or as an architect for DIDs or blockchains, or those kind of anyways, within those parameters. So again, I feel like I deserve some compensation. I've bit my tongue, and I've managed to not say like shit that I feel may be sensitive, because I don't know what is, but it also caused like harms and injuries, where like my finger being chopped off, my car being set on fire, and other harmful high risk environments, basically. And that's why I haven't been able to work, and also affected my school, my college at Houston Community College. And I need it to be reviewed immediately or as soon as possible, because it's also presenting a proposition to create a short on that bridge, which is enabling communications or exchanges in or upstream or downstream data or live feeds or whatever's monitoring me or storing my any witness logs and online reserves.
95.